All right, Shalom. This is your brother Shamar from the Phoenix camp. And with that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. I'm going to jump right into the lesson. This is Ezekiel 9 and 4. And it says, "And the Lord said unto him," that's talking about an angel of destruction, "Go to the midst of the city, to the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark." Set, let's get that word set. Put a mark, let's get the word mark. This is the mark, this is from the word tav, implication of a signature mark as a sign of exemption from judgment. So that's exactly what that is, an exemption from judgment. So put an exemption from judgment. So these men were going to be untouched by judgment. These men that are going to be identified or put the mark upon. Let's get that word said again. Put a identification of exemption from judgment upon the foreheads. Get the word foreheads. It says from an unused word meaning to be clear, conspicuous. The forehead, impudent. The brow, the forehead, basically in the mentality, man. So it's a spiritual mark. It's not an outward mark. You know, of the men that sigh and that cry. Now, sighing and crying are basically the same thing, but they're two different things. You know, sighing is an inward, what you do inwardly. You express remorse or feeling inwardly. When you sigh to yourself. And when you cry, you do it audibly, you do it out loud. It says, "For all the abominations that are done in the midst of us." So, man, the Lord, He's going to be vexed inwardly. He's going to sigh inwardly because of the wickedness and evil that surrounds him. And also he's going to cry outwardly, cry aloud outwardly against those things. Because if you're not speaking out against it, then you're by default accepting it, man. You're being a go along to get along type person. Now we know that, we got to be in this world. We got to be sly as serpents and harmless as doves. So you're not going to go to your workplace and prophesy, man. You're not going to go tell your boss he's a Needhamite. You're not going to go tell Jake at your work that he's a Hebrew Israelite, that he got to stop shaving his beard or whatever, man. You ain't going to do those things at work, man. The Lord set up a platform for the truth to be brought out. And that's through these videos. And that's out there on the highways and hedges. And other social media. But mostly it's on the highways and hedges and on YouTube. It ain't to argue points on fucking Facebook or anything like that. Our platform is mainly the highways and hedges and the videos that we make. That's what it is. We're not to go out there and do debates and none of that, man. So we sigh and we cry outwardly. We cry aloud like a trumpet. Matter of fact, that's in the book of Isaiah. I'm gonna go ahead and get that out. Cry aloud like a trumpet. These are basic scriptures, but they are always worth repeating. Let's see what it says. Isaiah 58 and 1. It says, "Cry aloud, spare not." Let's see the word spare. Do not hold back. So when you're out on the highways, hedges, you shouldn't be holding back. From what? From speaking this word, not your own opinion. "And lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their sins. Tell my people their transgression, in the house of Jacob their sins." So we're supposed to go out there and tell Jake he's wrong, that he's going off, that he's worshiping the wrong power, that he's pursuing the wrong things in life. And we're not supposed to hold back in doing so. So that's what that basically means. And when you go out there and sigh and cry, you're vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, you're going to speak out against it according to the scriptures, man. You're going to bring out the scriptures and you're going to sigh and cry. You're not going to do it out of your own opinion, man. We are not here to put our own opinion out. We're here to speak the words of the Lord. The scripture says that He's going to put the words in our mouth. And He has. Because He gave us His Bible. And not only did He give us His Bible, He gave us the proper breakdown and interpretation of the scriptures, man. So I'm going to run that back again. It said, and the Lord said unto him, "Go to the midst of the city, to the midst of Jerusalem." And Jerusalem, or Israel, is a people before it's a place. "And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that are done in the midst thereof." And there's plenty of abominations that Jake does here in Babylon, man. And we got to speak out against them. Whether it be that moles or whatever it is, man. Whatever adultery or wickedness or idolatry that they do. You know, we are to speak out against it and show our people their sins. And in doing so, we hope to receive an exemption from judgment. We hope to receive a spiritual mark, you know, upon our foreheads, man. And to the other, he said in my hearing, go ye after him to the city. To the others, those are those sire cry, those that have not received the spiritual mark of exemption of judgment. Go ye after him to the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare it, neither have ye pity. And those people that are going to get that judgment, you know, best believe that they're going to be praying to the Most High. But guess what? Since they don't got that mark upon them, the Lord's not going to hear their prayers, because that exemption from judgment is only for the righteous of the Lord. It's only for men that were called and chosen to be exempt from judgment. You know, the rest are going to get death. It doesn't matter how much they beg and plead in that day. The Lord's not going to hear their prayers, man. But the Lord's going to hear the prayers of those that have the mark upon them, the spiritual mark that we just talked about in Ezekiel 9 and 4. It says, slay utterly old and young, both maids, little children, and women, but come not to enter any man upon whom is the mark, and begin in my sanctuary. Get the word sanctuary. The temple, you know, that's talking about the people, man. The people, the church, the body of the Most High. The body of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. So this judgment that's coming, it's going to touch everybody except the elect and the 1/3. You know, those that have received the mark to be exempt from judgment, because the Lord's not going to hear the prayers of the wicked. He's not going to hear the prayers of the 2/3. You know, and when sighing and crying, that means you don't accept the wickedness of this place. You know, just like in Job, man. Job said that he feared God and eschewed evil. So Job didn't accept or tolerate, or he wasn't okay with the wickedness of his surroundings, man. And we are not to be tolerant or accepting of the wickedness of our surroundings here in Babylon, aka America, man. With that, I'm going to get a few more scriptures. I'm going to get 1 Peter 3 and 10. This is 1 Peter 3 and 10, I think it is. I'll start at verse 8. It says, finally be ye all of one mind, having compassion of one another, love as a brethren, be pitiful, be courteous. You know, that's talking about the body of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, not rendering evil for evil, or railing for railing. Let's get the word railing. Reviling for reviling, but contrariwise blessing, knowing that ye are thereunto called, ye should inherit a blessing. So the men that are called to do this work is to inherit a blessing. It's to be joint heirs, man. You know, we are the heirs of the promise, you know. For he that would love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil, and his lips that speak no guile. Let him eschew evil. Turn away from evil and do good, and let him seek peace and ensue it. So I can pursue it. So in the midst of pursuing good and eschewing evil, means that you're gonna be a spiritual man. You're gonna be pretty much occupied in this word. It says, for the eyes of the Most High are over the righteous. Why? Because he's the one that's gonna put a mark upon those men. You know, the mark of exemption from judgment that we read in Ezekiel 9 and 4. And it says, and his ears are open unto their prayers. So the Lord's only hearing the prayers of the elect and the 1/3. The prayers of those men that have been called and chosen, or Most High willing chosen. But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil. We read that in Ezekiel 9 and 5, man. He went, the angel of destruction slayed utterly old and young, man. Because why? The face of the Lord was set against them. Because they did evil, man. So with that, I'm going to get 2 Chronicles 10 and 9. This is 2 Chronicles 10 and 9, and it says, that it? Let's see. Salaki was 2 Chronicles 16 and 9. It says, for the eyes of the Most High run to and fro throughout the whole earth. So his eyes are everywhere, man. And he beholds, it says, he beholds the good and the evil. So he sees those who accept and are tolerant of the wickedness that they encounter on a day-to-day basis, and those that eschew it, those that hate it, those that are vexed by it. Those are the men that are going to receive the mark, essentially, from judgment. For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect. Peace was loyal to. So those that are loyal to this word, those that are diligent to this word, those that endure unto the end, which are going to be the elect, the 1/3, the Lord is going to show himself strong in behalf of them. And part of that's going to be their exemption from judgment. The Lord's going to do miraculous things for his servants. And we're going to be seeing that shortly in the days to come. As these mandates, increase and the draconian measures get more severe, you're going to see the Most High showing himself strong in behalf of them whose heart is perfect. Let's get that word perfect again. At peace or loyal toward him. How you become peace with the Most High? By obeying him. How you become loyal to the Most High? By obeying the law, statutes, commandments to the best of ability and doing exactly what you were called to do, which is go and preach and teach this word. Herein thou hast done foolishly, therefore from henceforth thou shalt have wars. So the point of it was that, man, the eyes of the Most High will run to and fro the earth to show himself strong behalf whose heart is perfect unto them. That's going to be the exemption of judgment, man, because he's going to know who is accepting of the evil, who is tolerant of evil, and he's going to know exactly what your motives are, man. The Lord knows exactly what your motives are in this truth. He knows exactly how what your sincerity is or lack of. You can't hide your intentions from the Lord. He made you, man. He made you. He knows your every thought. Well, he put them thoughts in your head. But if you think about that too much, you're liable to bug out, man. So I'm going to get a few more scriptures. Salah. This is Proverbs 15:3. Salah. This is Proverbs 15:3. And it says, the eyes of the Most High are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. So he's seeing those that are sighing and crying. And he's seeing those that are accepting of the wickedness. He's seeing those that sigh and cry for the abominations. And he's seeing those that are committing and accepting of the abominations. Those that are okay with homosexuality. Those that are okay and tolerant of adultery. Those that are okay and tolerant of idolatry and wickedness. And that do as thou wilt spirit, man. He knows it, man. You can't fool the Lord. Be ye not deceived, the Most High is not mocked, man, right? So I'm gonna get Proverbs 15:8, Salakia. It says the sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord. Why? The Lord don't care about them, man. Because it's not done with no sincerity, it's not done with no true repentance. It says, but he that loveth him that follows after righteousness. So the way of the wicked is abomination to the Lord. But he loveth him that follows after righteousness. And part of that love is going to be that exemption with judgment that he spoke about in Ezekiel 9:4. It says, correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way. Correction. Harsh. And he that hateth reproof shall die. So that's what it is. The Lord's only going to hear the prayer of the righteous in that day, because that's how they're going to receive that exemption from judgment. You're going to cry out to the Lord for mercy, and he's going to extend and be a very present help. He's going to show himself strong to those that are going back to 2 Chronicles 16:9. Let's go ahead and get it. He's going to show himself strong, man. To show himself strong on behalf of them whose heart is perfect. So that's what's going to be. Let's go back to Proverbs 15:8. Proverbs 15:8, and it says, I'll go start at verse 9. It says, the way of the wicked is abomination to the Lord, but he loves him that follows righteousness. So that's what it is, man. Let's get John 9:31, and we'll close it out on that. This is John 9:31. It says, we know that Yahweh heareth not sinners, But if any man be a worshiper of Yahweh and doeth his will, him he heareth. So those are the requirements for you to get your prayers heard from the Most High. If you're not doing his will, if you're not a true worshiper, meaning worshiping in spirit and in truth and sincerity, then basically you're wasting your time praying to the Most High. I'm going to run that back again and says, now we know that Yahweh heareth not sinners. But if any man be a worshiper of Yahweh and doeth his will, him he heareth. So that's what it is, man. So basically the Most High is not, he doesn't care about the wicked of our people. He doesn't care about the prayers that they say in the so-called Christian church, the Catholic church. You know, he don't care about the prayer of a wicked person, of an unsincere person. You know, and that's Jake, man. The only time he prayed to the Lord is when he got himself in a tight situation. And he makes all kinds of false promises. You know, when he's about to face some jail time or some other bullshit comes in his life, you know, out of his own consequences. When Jake has to face the consequences of his actions, of his own actions, that's when he prays to the Lord, man. Other than that, I'm doing my own thing. When Jake has to face the consequences of his own actions, that's when he cries out to the Lord, but the Lord ain't hearing him, man. The Lord ain't hearing him. You know, when Jake's about to face a jail time, you know, he'll make oh Lord, get me out of this, and I promise, I won't do no, I'll change my life. You know, and it may be that he get out of it some way, somehow, and he go back to his wickedness. Does that mean the Lord answers his prayers? No, he could just be setting up for more judgment. He could be setting up for a downfall. Oh Lord, I got caught doing this. Please don't let me face the consequence of my actions. I promise I'll change my life. You know, that's what Jake is, man. He's full of shit. That's why it says, if any man be a worshiper of Yahweh, do his will, him he heareth, man. You know, because there's a lot of hypocrisy among our people. And that's why they need to be destroyed. But with that being said, it's a real quick lesson. Most High will and hope was edifying. Instead, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, Kahala Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Brothers, keep on pushing. Shalom.